Now this is gonna be just a little mini me update regarding silver. This is a personal story. All these years that I've been collecting silver, and every now and then I'd sell a little bit, go back in the market later on. You know, years ago I had a couple of the 100-ounce bars. I had 2 of those suckers, and I thought to myself, if we really see numbers, even $100 silver, and I've got a 100-ounce bar, that's 10,000 bucks. If it goes to $300, that's $30,000 that I've got sitting in my hand in this bar. How comfortable would I feel taking that bar and going somewhere with it and not getting robbed for $30,000? I wouldn't feel too comfortable. I also wouldn't feel comfortable telling someone, you know, if someone wanted to buy it, I'll give you cash, I've got 30 grand. With that kind of money, I just don't know if I'd feel comfortable meeting someone somewhere for this bar with $30,000 involved. I felt like I always wanted to do things a little bit smaller. How about the 1-ounce coins? Thus why I sold my bars, exchanged them basically for coins. And if one coin goes to $300, well, it's just $300. If I sell 10 coins, that's $3,000. It's a whole lot different than $30,000 all at once. Now, if I were to do a large sale like that, I'd go to one of the big boys, big organizations, and sell it. And I'd probably physically drive there with it, or you can insure it. You can do like a one-time shipment insurance and tell the company that matter of fact, they probably could tell you who they would advise you to use. But I checked one time, and I think I made up a number like $50,000, and I called one of these shipping companies that does. It's an insurance company that insures shipments, and I said if I had a bullion, precious metals, and let's say it was weighed about 50 pounds, and it was worth $50,000, or maybe 100, whatever, $50,000, and I needed to ship it somewhere to ensure that they got it. How much would that cost for $50,000 worth of insurance for a 2-day shipment? And they said like $100 and something or something like that. So you could literally ship that precious metal over to what your favorite large bullion dealer and have it insured so that you know they're getting it. And if they say, well, I didn't get it, it's missing half the order, you're insured. So it doesn't matter. So that was another thing you could do. But again, I just, for the sake of being able to carry it around with me too in smaller amounts, I chose to do that. So one of the guys I sold my bars to is a local coin dealer in Brandon, Florida. Man, my stomach is bubbling. But he's been here for years. And my dad's like, I was just over there. And I wanted to buy a few coins, a few Silver Eagles. I wanted to see what he had. You know what he told me? I said, no, what? This is today, by the way. I said, no, what? He said, for every one person that walks in his store and wants to sell him some silver, there are 30 people walking in asking him to buy, what do you have that I can buy? There was once upon a time, about a couple years ago, because my dad and we go in there every now and then, whenever my dad goes in there, and sometimes it'd be the opposite. Now, not 30 to 1, but he'd be like, man, out of every few buyers, most of them are wanting to sell me some silver. But a lot of that was like the junk silver, or my grandfather left this, I need some cash right now, and I found this place and I sold it. That's what a lot of that was. That's gone. Those kinds of people are gone. They're cleaned out. They got their money and now they're still struggling. They got rid of their silver. Stupid mistake. So now people are wanting mostly Silver Eagles. That's what they're asking him for. But he doesn't really have any silver. 1 out of 30 people that come in there are only willing to sell him. The other 30, or 29 in this case, are wanting to buy silver. So he said, there was a coin show up in northern Florida this weekend that just passed. He says, I went up there because a guy that I've used all these years as my #1 source that I could buy from at a slight discount so that he could resell it is pretty much retiring. He's done. So that source for him to get his metals is done. Now he has to find someone else. So he's looking around, trying to get in with the bigger dealers, goes up to northern Florida, goes to the show, tries to talk to any of these larger dealers that are there into working with him, and he says he couldn't get a single dealer. He said, look, I was willing to pay them for any of these Silver Eagles $3 over spot. I'd give them $3 over spot for any of these Silver Eagles. From a dealer to a dealer basis, not consumer. I couldn't find any of them that would be willing to work for me, work with me on that. With the $3 over spot price, no one would do it. I guess they're happier selling to the public for $4 and $5 over spot, apparently. So he said, you know, told my dad, he's like, Steve, I don't know what the hell I'm gonna do. My main supply of silver is pretty much dried up, and I'm a smaller coin shop. I don't, you know, deal with a whole bunch. So he doesn't make these huge purchases apparently. But I thought to myself, you made some huge purchases, because I've come in there and walked out of your place with, you know, $3,000 or so a couple times. And you know, when I had those bars, I'd sell them and, you know, bring them back or whatever into coins. And I didn't get the coins from him. I basically sold the bar to him, took the cash, and then went online and bought Silver Eagles, you know, brilliant, whatever, uncirculated. Because a lot of stuff what he has isn't exactly uncirculated. In my opinion, even if you touch it once, it becomes circulated. So why pay the higher price with him locally than I could go online to someone like JM Bullion or Gainesville Coins or whatever, buy 100 ounces, get a slight discount, and then just have them shipped to me, you know, brand new in the little containers and everything. So that's how I handled that. But the bottom line is, I never in my life thought I'd ever hear out of that small coin store that 30 people that come in, 29 of them are trying to buy silver right now. They want the Eagles mostly, but any of the 1 ounce rounds is okay. They really want the Eagles though. Don't have any. I'm cleaned out. So my dad got a few. I said, so how the hell did you get some? Any, if he's 29 people trying to buy and one's trying to sell. He said, well, because he was out of town Saturday and he had 14 Silver Eagles with him left. And he brought those up to the coin show with him. And then when he came back, he had them with him. And I just came in here first thing Monday morning to get them. So that's how I got them. I was like, oh, okay, well, that makes sense. This is a true story, right? Now, also on Silver Doctors, they do SD Bullion as their company. And he said, as options expiration was taking place, you know, last few days, prices have come down. They sold the most they've ever sold in one day. And I don't remember if it was just Silver Eagles or just silver, period. But it was 20,000 ounces of silver, basically. Let me make sure I'm telling you right. Was it ounces or dollars? I think it was ounces, because that's not a whole lot of silver if you look at it ounce-wise. But it's right here. And I will read it to you real quick just to make sure. Where is it? I know I saw it. 20,000 ounces of physical silver in 1 day's time. So they can put, as I said, it's a double-edged sword. When they push the price down, massive people come out of the woodwork to buy. And that's exactly what's happening. Take care.